Hi there, my name is Caroline. I'm a physiotherapist and a yoga teacher, and today we're going to do a short little yoga flow, about 15 or 20 minutes. I'm always just winging it with the time really, but we're going to do a little sequence for when you haven't got that much time but you want to get on your mat, you want to do something, have a little stretch, have a little bit of mindfulness, a bit of breath control, and a very short relaxation at the end as well. So we'll try and hit all the major areas in the body. Let's just have a nice short little session together today. So coming up to standing at the top of your mat, and just finding a comfortable position to stand in to begin with, and always just taking a little moment, even if it's just a breath or two, just to close your eyes, relax your shoulders, and just tune into your body, feeling into your body, noticing how you're feeling today, and maybe just taking a chance to notice the quality of your breath as well, how your breath is right now. And then we can just build up to a slightly longer, deeper breath. So breathing in through the nose, a fuller, longer inhale, and then a fuller, longer exhale, also out through the nose. Breathing down into the lower ribs or the upper abdomen, really fully expanding down into the low part of the rib cage. We're just going to start with a few little spinal rolls, so just getting the back moving nice and gently. So beginning with the top of the head, just drop the head down, rolling down through the neck, upper back, the shoulders, middle back, lower back, hips. And at the bottom for our first one, just let your knees bend a little and just let everything feel really loose, really soft, just heavy, dropping down. Relax your head and neck and breathe deeply here, breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Steady, even breaths, and just feeling that stretch through the whole back line of the body. One more breath here. And then rolling back up, coming up slowly through the hips, through the lower back, the middle back, upper back, shoulders, head and neck. Take a little stretch out at the top there, a little bit opening out through the front of the body, and then we're going to roll back down again. So through the head and neck, shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back. And this time when you get to a forward fold, just bring yourself right down into a crouch position. Make yourself really small for a breath or so, just really rounding the back, making yourself as small as can be. And then put your hands down on the floor and just step back into hands and knees position, 4-point kneeling, hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We'll come into a couple of cat-cows here, so inhale to lift the head, lift the hips, drop the belly, and exhaling to round the back, drop the head, tuck the tailbone under. Inhaling to arch the back, open up the front body, and exhaling, rounding, opening the back body. Last one, inhale, lift the head, chest forwards, exhaling, pull the belly in, and then come down into a child's pose. So drop the hips back. You can either keep the knees together or nice and wide, and resting the head either on the floor or head on the backs of the hands, and breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Just one more breath there, full deep breath. Feeling the breath moving in the body. And then coming back up into hands and knees. We'll come into a plank position now, so a little bit stronger, pushing back into the heels. Really strong in your plank shape, so back into the heels, legs active, thighs engaged, pull your belly in, pelvic floor engaged, lifted up and inside the body, pushing up into the upper back. So don't forget that slight rounding into the upper back, the protraction of the shoulders. And then if you can, we're lowering down either through a straight line through the body, through the chaturanga position, or you can always drop your knees here to come down. Just a couple of little cobra movements. So inhale to lift the head and chest, and exhale to come down. Inhale, lift again. Exhale, down. One more, just being quite nice and light on the hands, really using your back muscles instead of your arms as much as possible. Coming down and pushing back up into hands and knees and into your downward dog position. And taking a few breaths in downward dog. So lifting the hips nice and high. And for your first downward dog, it's always nice to just ease into the backs of the legs a little bit. Bending one knee, then the other. Relax your head and neck. Pressing down into the bases of all your fingers. Spreading out your hands. Taking that full support through the hands from the floor. And then we're going to step or walk forwards here. Feet to the hands, and we'll roll back up into a standing position, so bending the knees, coming all the way back up, and again taking a little stretch out through the top there, through the front of the body, and back into neutral. Coming through a normal sun salutation now, so inhaling to reach the arms up, exhaling into a forward fold, inhale halfway lift, look up. Exhale, hands down, step or walk back into plank, lowering down through chaturanga and up dog, or all the way down to the floor and into your cobra. And then exhaling back into downward facing dog for 3 long deep breaths this time. So pushing your weight backwards on your mat. Remember, if your hamstrings are a bit tight and short and you feel really tight in the back of the body, just bend your knees. Let your knees really bend so you can lift your hips up and back a little bit more. Get that extension and length through the upper body. Don't worry about the knees being straight. Okay, coming forwards here, so step or walk the feet towards the hands. Halfway lift, looking up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way back up. And then exhale, arms by the sides. And then we're going to step out to the side a little bit. A wide-ish stance with the feet. Toes turned down, coming to a wide leg forward fold. So inhale to lift and lengthen up through the spine. Pull your belly in. And then exhaling to come forwards and down. Hands towards the mat. Or just to the backs of the legs if that feels better. Inhale, lifting and lengthening again. And then exhaling all the way down into the forward fold, wide leg, straddle position. Keeping nice and strong through the feet and ankles. Legs are active, knees working towards being straight here. Dropping the head and neck. One more breath here. And then coming up through the halfway lift position, so halfway lift looking up. Exhale, hands on the hips. Inhale to come all the way back up. And then you're just going to turn your right foot out to the side and turn your left foot in just a little. You might want to widen the stance here just a touch. So we're going to inhale, reaching out the arms, and then lunging into a warrior 2 position. So arms pushing out towards the sides, shoulders stacked above the hips, so make sure that you're not leaning forwards over that front leg. The knee going out in line with the front foot, belly pulled in, tailbone long. Looking over that right arm, breathe. Strong deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose. Last breath here. And then from here, we're going to keep the legs really in the same position and bring the elbow onto the knee, or maybe hand to the floor if you're used to that position, and reaching up and overhead with the left arm. Maybe looking up towards the top palm. If that doesn't feel good on the neck, just look straight ahead. Try and keep your eyes steady and still. So feeling that stretch all the way through the left side of the body, chest rolling open. One more breath here. And coming back up through the middle, and just twisting the feet around to the other side now. So left foot turns all the way out, right foot round just a wee bit. Inhaling to reach out, and then into warrior 2 on the left side. So really make sure the feet are in the right position. I'm always quite picky about the exact position of the feet because it has such a knock-on effect up the rest of the body. So left foot pointing directly outwards, right foot turned in just a little. So strong through the arms, belly firm, pelvic floor engaged. Especially in your exhales, you can draw those core muscles in, the bandhas engaging on the exhale. And then from here we move into the Parsvakonasana, so elbow to the knee or hand towards the floor if that's your normal practice. And then reaching up and overhead with the right arm. And breathe. Steady breaths. breaths, making sure you're not holding the breath at any point. Breathing into that right side of the body, the right lung, feeling that extension lengthening through the whole right side body, maybe into the hips, into that left hip as well. Last breath here. And then coming back up through the middle, just square the feet and hands out to the sides. You're going to come back up to the top of the mat now. We'll come through another sun salutation to come down to the floor. So inhaling to reach up, exhaling into a forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, looking up. Exhale, hands down, step or walk back into plank, lowering down chaturanga halfway or to all the way to the mat. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra, and exhaling into downward dog. Taking a few breaths here, 3 long, even, steady breaths. In through the nose, out through the nose. Just feeling into the body. And then coming forwards to sit on your mat now. So step or walk feet forwards. Coming into a seated position. We're going to come straight into Janu Shirshasana A. So bring your, I always do that the wrong way around because I'm so used to mirroring people in classes. Bring your left leg forwards, bring your right knee bent, heel in towards the groin. Hands either side of that left leg. We're going to inhale to lift and lengthen through the spine, and then exhaling to fold forwards directly over the left leg. Maybe drop your right shoulder slightly forwards or down, or if your posture looks more like up here, that's fine. Just keep your shoulders square above, square level with your foot. So one more breath here. Think about reaching forwards away through the crown of the head. And then coming up from here, we're going to move straight into a little twist position. So bring this knee in and bring the foot across to the outside of the left leg. So right foot flat on the floor, and then we're going to twist around to the right. So left hand, or maybe the elbow to the outside of that right knee, lifting up through the spine on your inhale, and exhale to twist. Looking over the back of that left shoulder. If you know any fancy binding positions here, you could also come into a nice little bindy thing where you thread the arm through. Very nice. Oh, my back just gave a nice crack there. Lovely. One more breath here. And then coming back round to the middle. We can take a little vinyasa here. So squeeze the knees in towards the chest in that cross-leg position. Tuck the feet underneath, or just bring them around the side as well. Coming back through into plank. Lowering down halfway or to the mat. Inhaling up dog or cobra. And exhaling into downward dog. Going back through into seated again. And we'll do that on the other side. So right leg long, left heel in towards the groin. Hands either side of the right leg. Inhale to lift up. And then exhaling forwards. Over that right leg, just to wherever you can. Keep the foot active, keep the toes pulling towards you. And breathe. Think about creating a tiny bit of length in the spine with every inhale. And just softening, dropping a fraction into the posture with every exhale. Maybe using the bandhas, the core muscles, to help with that. So maybe every exhale, just drawing the belly in towards the spine and squeezing and lifting the pelvic floor a little bit more. Last breath here. And coming back up and into that twist variation. So bring the left foot across to the outside. If this feels too much, you could also do it on this side as well, no problem. Very similar. And then we're twisting around towards the left side. So hooking this hand or the elbow around, or doing any little fancy binding variations if that is your bag. And then lifting up through the spine and twisting to look over the right shoulder. And breathe. Feel that twist. Feel that rotation through your spine. One more breath here. And coming back around to the middle. Take another vinyasa movement. So squeeze the knees in towards the chest, rolling through. Back into plank, chaturanga, or the mat. Inhaling upward dog or cobra. Exhaling to downward dog. Coming through again, we're going to do a little core exercise here, a little variation of Navasana, the boat pose, but we're going to come right down onto our backs, hips and knees at 90 degrees. First of all, draw your lower belly in, flatten it down a little bit towards the spine and engage your pelvic floor muscles, so squeezing front and back passages, lifting up and in. Press your lumbar spine, your lower back down into the mat, and then we're going to just lift the head and chest a little bit here. So lifting the head and the shoulders off the mat, arms strong, pointing away from you, and then a few little bicycling movements, stretching out one leg and the other leg. And you can either link your breath to the movement here, but the main thing is to keep the lower belly flat, pelvic floor engaged, and lower back pressing down into the floor. Imagine you're squashing a little grape underneath your back. Just do one more on each leg. And then bring your knees into your chest, squeeze them in, hug them in, roll them around, massage that lower back and the muscles in the lower back onto the floor. And bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees drop to the sides, hands to the belly, and take some really long, deep belly breaths here. So as you inhale, see if you can feel with your hands, allow the belly to rise up and expand. So we want to really soften and relax the abdominal muscles here now, to allow that expansion down into the belly. Diaphragmatic breathing. Super calming for the nervous system. One more breath like that. So fully in through the nose, expanding down into the belly. And exhale all the way out. Bring your knees in towards you again. Rock yourself up into seated. And we're going to come to a diamond shaped position with the legs. So soles of the feet together, knees wide. You can either have it nice and tight like Baddha Konasana, tighten like that, or a much wider diamond shape, whatever you want, it's up to you. So you can inhale to lengthen up here, and then exhaling again to come forward just to wherever you can. And here, just try and relax a little bit, to try and not maybe be so focused on getting somewhere, on getting further in the stretch, or to, try not to be attached to any particular position or what things should look like. I want you to relax here and just allow the body to be where it is. Let gravity take you forwards or maybe down. Relax your shoulders, your belly, your back, your legs, even your face, your neck. One more long, deep breath here. In through the nose, out through the nose. And then coming up into seated, we're going to lie back down onto our back now. Towards the bum, we're going to do one round of a bridge position. So a low bridge, Setu Bandhasana. Hands down, palms flat on the floor, and rolling up through the tailbone. Lift the hips, lift the lower back, lift the middle back. Really press into the feet, make sure the feet are parallel, and imagine you're squeezing a football in between your knees, so just to engage the inner thigh muscles a little, and lift up high. Really use your glutes here. Sometimes yoga teachers tell you not to use your glutes in this position, which quite frankly is madness, because your glutes are the main hip extensor in the body. And this is a hip extension we're doing. So how on earth do you do this movement without using your glutes? I have no idea. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Controversial, I know. Okay, lowering down here. Rolling down through the upper back, middle back, lower back. Squeeze the knees in towards the body, rolling around. And we're going to finish with a lovely little spinal twist, one of my favourites. So arms out to the sides. Shoulder level, and just dropping your legs down to the right hand side and turn your head slightly to the left, and you can really shuffle around, fidget around, get the legs just into the right position for you today. Get comfortable. Now close your eyes and breathe long and deep, and really follow that movement. Really feel the movement of the breath as it travels through your body here in this twisted position. And then bring the legs over to the other side. Legs to the left, turn the head to the right. Again, just shuffle around, fidget around, maybe crossing a leg over, maybe straightening one leg out. Whatever you feel like, make it your own. Turn your head to the right. Breathe. And really following the movement of the breath. See how far the movement of the breath is reaching. Where can you feel it? And then coming back up into the middle again with the legs. Squeeze the knees in towards your body. Roll them around one last time. And then just do a little bit of a dead bug position here. Roll out the feet, roll out the ankles, fingers, toes. Or you could take a nice little happy baby. Or if you were so inclined, if you had a little bit more time, you could do a little inversion here. You could go upside down, shoulder stand, headstand, whatever floats your boat. And then we're just going to come and get ready for a short relaxation now. So just get yourself lying out along the floor. If it's not comfortable for your back to have your legs bent flat out, you can always have your legs bent up, knees tipping in towards each other. Lie on your side, whatever you want to do. Just be comfortable in your Shavasana. It's nice to have the arms away from the side of the body and palms facing up as well. And if the feet are flat, the legs are flat on the mat, really let the feet flop out towards the corners of your mat. Let your fingers curl in loosely towards your palms. And then closing your eyes here and taking one last long, deep breath in through the nose, as full and as deep as you can. And now a big exhale out through an open mouth. A big sigh. A big releasing exhale. And you can do one more of those if you'd like. And then just allowing your breath to settle back to its natural resting rhythm, its resting state. Letting go of all control of your breath now. Let it be soft and easy. And just allowing your whole body to rest and sink, dropping into the floor. Let your muscles feel soft. Your joints feel loose. Your bones feel heavy. Consciously relax all the muscles in your feet and your legs. All around the hips and pelvis. Completely relax your belly, the space around your heart and your chest. Let your shoulders drop back. Relax all the muscles through the length of your back. Let go of your arms and your hands and your fingers. Completely relax your neck and your throat to allow your head to feel really heavy, fully supported on the floor. Relax your jaw, all around your mouth, all around your eyes, point between the eyebrows, your forehead and temples, scalp, crown of the head. And now just become aware of your whole body. Feel your whole body just as it is right now, resting, relaxed, and still. And now just slowly and gradually just bringing a little bit of movement back again to your fingers and your toes. Stretching your arms up and away, or just moving in any way that feels good. Maybe taking a big stretch through your whole body, deepening your breath. And then bring your knees in towards your chest and roll them around. Rolling onto your side, normally the right hand side. And then just pushing yourself back up into your seated position with control. And bring your hands together at your heart space. Take a little bow to yourselves. Namaste. Thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed that little session. Let me know how you get on. Any comments, questions or feedback, I'm always really happy to have. And share with anybody who you think might benefit from this little practice as well. Okay, thanks guys. See you soon. Bye.